Fans, buckle up, this one's wild. The city that bleeds green is buzzing with that familiar mix of triumph and turmoil, the kind that only comes when your team is stacking wins but the locker room feels like it's on fire. The Eagles are flying high at 7-2 after grinding out a gritty 10-7 victory over the Packers on Monday Night Football, but behind the scenes, the tension is thicker than the fog rolling off the Schuylkill. Whispers of discontent, shots fired in the shadows, it's got every Bird Gang member on edge, wondering if this spark of drama could ignite something bigger. If you're part of this crew, hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and join the conversation. This community runs on real fans like you. Now, the name at the heart of this storm, A.J. Brown. The star wide receiver, the man who signed that massive $96 million extension to be the cornerstone of this Super Bowl chase, just lit a match in a room full of dynamite. In a live stream with podcaster Janky Rondo on Tuesday night while casually dominating Madden 26, Brown didn't hold back when asked how things were going. No, he shot back, his voice dripping with frustration. The family's good, everything else, it's a SD show. If you got me in fantasy, drop me. Coming off a game where he hauled in just 2 catches for 13 yards on 3 targets, it's clear the fire in his belly isn't just for the gridiron. This isn't some isolated rant, folks. Brown's got a track record here in Philly, a pattern that's as predictable as the Lynx' thunderous cheers on game day. Remember last season, after a win where his numbers weren't lighting up the stat sheet, he dropped subtle jabs on social media that had the whole city dissecting every word. Teammates smiling through gritted teeth, coaches playing diplomat, it's the undercurrent that's been simmering since he touched down in the city of brotherly love. And now with the Eagles eyeing back-to-back Lombardi trophies, this kind of noise threatens to drown out the roar of Arrowhead or the hostile halls of Lambeau. Picture it, the green confetti still fresh from past glories, the ghosts of Super Bowl LII lingering in the rafters. Jalen Hurts, the kid from Alabama who rose to captain this squad, slinging picks to Brown like they're old pals. But lately those connections feel forced, the chemistry crackling more like static than synergy. Brown's hauling in 31 receptions for 408 yards and 3 scores through 8 games solid, but not the explosive numbers we saw when he first arrived. That hamstring tweak sidelined him for a week, and since returning it's like he's chasing ghosts of seasons past. The win over Green Bay was a defensive masterpiece, sure, but offensively, sloppy, sluggish, and Brown, ever the competitor, isn't about to let that slide silently. Fly, Philly, fly, that's the chant we live for, but right now it's more like a plea. The locker room's a pressure cooker with Brown's words echoing louder than any post-game horn. Is this just the diva tendencies of a top-tier talent, or is there a deeper rift? Former Eagle Jason Avant nailed it on a recent spot. I think it's a relationship issue. These two used to be best friends and they're not anymore. Hurts and Brown, the dynamic duo that torched secondaries last year, now trading veiled barbs. Brown's passive-aggressive fire isn't new, it's his way of saying, feed me, without outright demanding it. But in a city as passionate as this, every word lands like a haymaker. As the weeks tick down to the playoffs, this drama adds layers to an already intense narrative. The Eagles aren't just playing for rings, they're navigating the minefield of egos and expectations. Brown's extension was supposed to lock in loyalty, but loyalty cuts both ways. His trash talk in the stream wasn't just venting, it was a signal flare. Fans under the link lights are split, some see a warrior pushing for perfection, others a distraction in disguise. Either way, the city's pulse quickens. This isn't over, it's just heating up. And with matchups looming that demand offensive fireworks, how Hurts responds could define not just the season but the brotherhood. The broader picture, Philly's always thrived on grit and grind. From the Broad Street bullies to the 8 redemption, we've seen stars clash and emerge stronger. Brown's complaints, timed perfectly after victories, highlight the hunger that drives this franchise. He's not wrong about the inconsistencies, the O-line's been leaky, the play calling conservative at times. But calling it a SD show, that's bold even for him. It forces a mirror up to the whole operation. As we dissect this, remember, the Eagles are 7-2 because of resilience, not perfection. Brown's fire could be the fuel or the fuse, time will tell. Diving deeper into that Packers game, it was a tale of 2 halves. Hurts managed the clock like a surgeon, but the deep ball to Brown, MIA. Defenses are keying on him now, doubling up and daring others to beat them. Devonta Smith stepped up, sure, but the absence of that Brown explosion leaves a void. Post-game, the locker room was all smiles for the cameras, but insiders whisper of side-eyes and tense huddles. Brown's live stream, it cracked the facade wide open. If you put me in fantasy, get rid of me, that's not just salt in the wound. It's pouring gasoline on the fire for owners and analysts alike. Historically, wideouts of Brown's caliber walk this tightrope. From Terrell Owens' infamous antics to Keyshawn Johnson's barbs, elite talent often comes with a spotlight on temperament. In Philly, though, the bar's higher. We demand fire but directed outward. Brown's pinned the blame inward and it's rippling. Teammates like Dallas Goedert and Jordan Mailata have been vocal in support, but the silence from Hurts speaks volumes. As the bye week approaches, expect closed-door meetings, film sessions laced with subtext. This could be the pivot point where words turn to action and the birds soar higher. The emotional toll on the fanbase can't be understated. Philly fans, we wear our hearts on our sleeves, green and white banners waving through the cold November air. Brown's rants tug at that raw nerve, reminding us of past heartbreaks, yet there's pride in his unfiltered honesty. He's not hiding, he's fighting for his piece of the pie. In a league where seconds matter, this drama underscores the human element. The Eagles aren't robots, they're gladiators with grudges and goals. As we head into Thanksgiving matchups, keep an eye on the sideline chemistry. Will Brown and Erupts reconnect under the bright lights, or will the cracks widen? The city's holding its breath. Social media has been ablaze since Brown's outburst, a digital storm mirroring the one brewing in Philly. Hunter Brody from Sports Radio 94 WIP fired off. A.J. Brown just slapping all of his teammates in the face yet again. It's raw, unfiltered Philly speak, capturing the frustration of a fanbase that's seen enough. Anthony Di-Bona of the Philly Special echoed that sentiment. The media has stirred up drama at times, but this certainly isn't one of those situations. A.J. Brown is doing more than enough on his own to fan the flames in Philadelphia. No sugarcoating here, Brown's the architect of his own controversy. The target? Unmistakably Jalen Hurts. Every passive jab lands square on the quarterback's shoulders. Avant's take cuts deep. A fractured friendship turned frosty on the field. They were inseparable off at once, celebrating TDs like brothers. Now, the huddle feels hollow. Brown's stats on pace for career lows amplify the disconnect. Injuries play a role, but so does trust. Defenses smell it, clamping down and forcing conservative plays. The Eagles' offense, once a juggernaut, sputters when the star WR isn't synced with his QB. Yet not everyone's piling on. NFL reporter James Nagle defended the diva label. A.J. Brown is a diva. At the same time, you'd be hard-pressed to find a WR of his caliber who is. He's the best WR in Eagles history, and after 16 years without a true WR1, I truly couldn't care less what he says on social media. Anyone who wants him gone is insane. It's a Philly truth, we love our villains if they deliver. Brown's etched his name in the record books from 1,000-yard seasons to playoff heroics. His mouth part of the package. Zoom out to the season's arc. At 7-2, the Eagles sit atop the NFC East, but the path to the Super Bowl is littered with pitfalls. The Chiefs await post-bye, Mahomes lurking like a shark. Then the Bills, the Cowboys twice, offenses that punish sloppiness. Brown's fire could rally the troops or divide them. Coaches Nick Sirianni and Jonathan Gannon preach unity, but actions speak louder. Expect scheme tweaks, more design touches for Brown to rebuild rhythm. Hurts, ever the leader, might address it publicly, quelling the noise. The fan connection runs deep here. Under the link lights, we've chanted for underdogs and stars alike. Brown's complaints echo the city's own grit, never satisfied, always pushing. From the 76ers process to the Phillies parade, Philly thrives on adversity. This drama, it's fuel for the fire. Imagine the roar if Brown breaks one against Kansas City, silencing doubters with a 200-yard clinic, or the tension if the rift festers, costing a crucial drive. The 12th man, our brothers and sisters in the stands, we feel it all. Looking ahead, the bye week's a reset but time for healing hamstrings and hearts. Insiders hint at team building away from the cameras. Brown's extension binds him to Philly through 2025, $30 million plus annually, a vote of confidence, but pressure mounts. If he rebounds, stats soaring, this becomes a footnote. If not, trade rumors swirl, though unlikely. The city's too invested. In the end, Fly, Philly Fly isn't just a slogan, it's a battle cry. The Eagles, with all their flaws, embody resilience. Brown's outburst, a symptom of a team chasing greatness, unwilling to settle. As Thanksgiving approaches, gather with fellow fans, dissect the tape, and hold on to hope. This community's heart beats green. We've weathered worse storms and emerged champions. The drama adds spice to the chase, let's see where it leads. Under the bright lights, the birds will rise, united or not. The Super Bowl dream lives, fueled by passion that never fades. Join the fray, keep the faith, Philly forever.